Hey guys, this is X3Beast11 here, and I'm doing a different kind of video today. Okay, let me adjust my frame quickly. Okay, so today we're doing a top 10 doctors list, and sorry about just jumping right in, but I mean that's kind of what I do. So number 10 is the 7th Doctor, and you're probably wondering, why is he even on the countdown at all? Well, I decided to kind of give him a pity, but I mean, he deserves a big, he was a pretty good Doctor, he's pretty funny. I like his cane a lot. One of the classic Who Doctors that had to follow up, okay, Doctor, we'll get to 6th Doctor later in our countdown. And wait, give me 1 second. Sorry if you heard any major noises. So yeah, he did fight the Daleks on several occasions, but the reason why I put him so low in the countdown, and I almost didn't even put him on the countdown at all, it's because he was the reason they ended the original series. But I'm kind of glad that they ended the original series so we could get it. So yeah, we could get that. But number 9, the 5th Doctor, and I kind of pity. I should have probably put him farther up on the countdown, because this guy, he is a big. He's like a really big character in Doctor Who. Also in another original. Sorry. He was known just for being the Doctor, I guess. He was featured in a lot of top stories, I guess, as you can call them. Not as many top stories as Tom Baker, though, which we'll get into him later in the countdown. Vegetable loving, obviously, as you can see on his jacket, and he had a tough time because he had to follow up Tom Baker, sometimes known as the biggest role as a Doctor ever. So it he kind of really had to play the role right to get in the part. I know you guys are gonna get mad at me after this countdown, or at the end of this countdown, and you'll see why. Number 8 is the 6th Doctor, and I mean, as you've seen, the last 3 have had question marks. You can see the 5th Doctor and the 6th Doctor, which were portrayed by I want to say Colin Baker and I'll find it out later. To be honest, I know, but I'm just stupid right now. So yeah, question marks. He had a trademark coat that it was kind of like Tom Baker's scarf. It was iconic, except his wasn't he was known forever as the greatest Doctor ever, but it still made him a good role. I mean, he had a good run, I guess. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't really cool. I mean, not one of my favorites, but definitely okay, I guess. So let's get into the 7th Doctor, which I believe is the 1st Doctor. Obviously, why would he be first unless that he was the 1st Doctor? The question B is that why didn't they start out young? Why didn't they start out with a young actor, get him all excited? They started out with a pretty old actor, and he really didn't trust anybody. I was kind of surprised, because I thought the Time War, before I even got into Classic Who, was just didn't happen. It wasn't in any series, but it didn't happen until the gap between when after the Doctor Who movie and the beginning of the reboot. So yeah, he did have the first TARDIS, which I think is so cool. Like, I love the first TARDIS. Other than that, all I have to say is good job. Like, he basically only stayed in for like, what, 2 or 3 episodes though, I think. It was weird. Like, the episode schedule for Doctor Who, like, it makes me weird. Number 6, the War Doctor. Oh my gosh. Gallifrey Falls no more, I guess. You're probably wondering, why isn't Paul McGann in this spot? He only had 1 appearance, so did Paul McGann. But this iconicized, like, I don't know if that's the correct word, but he iconicized the 50th anniversary special. He made it to where it needed to be. He was the perfect Doctor. Now, as much as I wish he didn't exist, because you'll see later on why, but he was a really good Doctor. I love red as the color of the sonic screwdriver, so yeah. Number 5, the second Doctor. Give me 1 second. Sorry if you guys get really annoyed by that. I'm just having a really bad allergies. The second Doctor, he had to follow up the first Doctor. As you can see in the background, it looks like he has the same TARDIS. Patrick Troughton, he was just the funny, fun-loving, like, kind of so stupid you have to laugh and like keep watching the show to see it kind of show, which, like, I don't think Doctor Who was like shooting to be. So I'm guessing that's why he doesn't get as much credit as he deserves. But I put him at a pretty good spot. I mean, I put him above some pretty good Doctors that I love very much. So let's go on to the next one. So we got number 4, the 11th Doctor. And he is a really good Doctor. He iconicized a bunch of catchphrases. He made a lot of people watch Doctor Who. Like, he made them watch the new Who, even though a lot of people haven't even watched Classic Who. And who knows, some people that have even watched Classic Who might not have even gotten into the normal Who, well, reboot Who, until the 11th Doctor. He had some really good enemies, lots of great special effects, and I'm kind of sad that he had to regenerate in the end of The Name of the Doctor, I think is the one that I'm thinking of. But yeah, he had to do that. Kind of sad. But I'm betting Peter Capaldi will be a good Doctor. No, I'm not putting Peter Capaldi on this because I really do want to analyze him fully before I do that. Now, number 3, the 4th Doctor. Not really much to say other than the biggest Classic Who Doctor, obviously. He played in probably the biggest ones ever, as he played Genesis of the Daleks, which was, I think, the first Davros episode, I'm pretty sure, and it kind of like showed how the Daleks were made. He just had the greatest like episodes ever, and I'm guessing that's why he's part of an iconic Doctor. He has a scarf. I mean, there's a big. I mean, he just trademarks like Classic Who. Okay, now you guys are gonna hate me for this so much. Two-way tie between the 9th and the 10th Doctor. Okay, I'm just sorry. Like, I have to apologize right now. Like, I was just sitting making this slideshow for it, and I was like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna decide? Like, these are two, like, I can't even describe how much they are the greatest Doctors. And, yeah, so I had to go with the two-way tie. Like, I really couldn't choose. I'll talk a bit about both of them. I'll start out with since he's on the left side, the 10th Doctor. People say, a lot of people say he's the best Doctor. He had the best scenes. I mean, Doomsday was sad. Like, I could not. I don't know, it made me cry, but yeah, it was pretty sad. He had some really good companions. He was very human, as well as Time Lord. Made a 10, if anybody gets that. Genesis, no, not Genesis, Stolen Earth reference. Yeah, he had really good apparel. 3D glasses was one of his trademarks, which only appeared in one two-parter, which was surprising that they got trademarked with him. Like, I was really surprised about that. Now we get to the Ninth Doctor, Christopher Eccleston. Like, you guys are probably like, why? Why would you even, like, put him on the countdown? Because he is so great. His character's amazing. He played the role amazing. You could not, like, top. Like, I don't even know if David Tennant could top the character that Christopher Eccleston played. He probably, like, this is why it's a two-way tie. It's hard to decide. Christopher Eccleston, some of the greatest episodes, like, and you're probably like, they were terrible episodes. Like, what are you talking about? They were great episodes. Think about, I didn't even think, like, I thought Bad Wolf was just going to be a normal episode. Like they were just, it was like a filler episode. They were going to do a just a one end, like, finale. But the way they made it into a two-parter, oh my gosh. Like, I can't even talk about how great that was. And plus, it tied in with earlier in the season, where they made that episode with the new stuff. It was so good, and, like, I really like him. His episodes were great. The villains were great. He reintroduced New Who with, like, great stuff. So I have to give props to both of them. So thank you guys for watching. I will be doing a bunch of Doctor Who videos with Max and just myself sometimes. So tune in. I'm going to do a Doctor Who Legacy video after this. So tune in, and I'll see you guys later.